What is going on, guys and girls? How you doing today? It's Single Roleplay here once again. Today I'm going to show you guys the review of the game which I played last week, and it's called Bloodlust 2 Nemesis. And this is a sequel to the game Bloodlust Shadow Hunter, developed by VRF Studios, a small indie company. And you probably have never heard about this game, and I too have never heard about this before. They directly approached me and asked me if I want to check this out, this game about vampires and hack and slash, and I absolutely agreed. I checked the video, I realized that the game looks very cool, and this is exactly what I like about the games. It's hack and slash RPG about grinding, cool stuff, and why not? Yeah, and I was completely blown away by the game. It's incredibly deep, fun game, and at the same time, it is rare occasion where the gem is hidden so deep in a Steam fucking abyss of the games that are currently. Steam is like a giant dumpster of games. You don't really know what games are there because there's so many games, and the good games will be just completely swallowed. Even though they are good, they will be completely swallowed by the top selling marketing bullshit, whatever. And I think this is kind of a rare gem that I see and play, and I enjoyed it that much. That really needs more popularity, need to be more famous, deserves more love from the community, absolutely, because this is an absolutely fantastic game, worth playing, worth buying, worth tons of hours of gameplay. Fantastic game, guys. I want to just do a little review of this for you, what the game does, how does it play, how does it feel, how does it compare to something existing currently, and that's it. Let's get going. Before we go further into the video, I would like to stop for a second and thank my Patreon supporters and Twitch subscribers. You guys are making a huge impact on my life and allow me to get going and continue creating content for all of you. Thank you so much. If you want to make it into the list and immortalize yourself on the internet, join Patreon to get sneak peeks and behind-the-scenes footage of my work. I'm always looking for feedback on my content, guys, in order to improve, so making sure you always leave comment, like or dislike. Your reaction is very important. And remember,
you, yes you, are making a difference.
So what's the game is about? The game is pretty much a classic dungeon crawler 3D action RPG. You know, in terms of the Vampire Masquerade Bloodlust, I get, meets some Grimrock, I don't know, Dungeon Master, what else? Honestly, hard to say. So it's pretty much, Blade meets Daggerfall, I guess, kind of, if you know what Daggerfall is about. So the game actually has very deep role-playing elements. It has tremendous amount of skills. It has tremendous amount of items. It has talent trees, skill trees, gear, crafting, durability. So many things. And first, I will be talking a little about the plot. The plot is very cool. It has a fantastic, rich storyline, which is about vampire clans fighting for power, and there's also a plot about developing synthetic enhanced blood, which makes the vampires and stronger, and clans fighting for these kind of superpower. But the deal with the synthetic blood is that it makes them kind of mutated vampires, makes them stronger, makes them super powerful. And so whoever owns the synthetic blood kind of yields superpowers in the vampire world. So they're trying to research these powers and make use of them. And what you are trying to do is you're gonna research about the sources of who is researching synthetic blood, who stands behind this, and kind of what it does, how does it affect the whole vampire world, and about this. So this is the actual game, and this is my actual character. I'm level 15. I've played for around 12 hours so far and finished one big quest, so I'm quite early and I can't wait to explore more. As you can see, I have stats which differently kind of affect my character, and also the higher stat affect your class, because I have higher strength and the game thinks I'm a warrior. There are 3 classes in the game: warrior, thief, and mage. And the difference is practically non-existent. It all depends on the highest stat. There's also defense, different resistances. My Spirit Force, which is this, and Spirit Force, you use it to use different skills. For example, I can turn into the fucking vampire, and I start degenerating my Spirit Force, but being a vampire, I'm very, very fucking powerful. Another cool thing about this is you can see on the left bottom there is an HP, and on top of that there's like small percent over there, which is 41%. This is my thirst for blood. And the less the percentage is, the more thirst for blood I have. And the way that the game works is that the more thirst for blood is, the less you regenerate health. So as a vampire, you're regenerating health. You're pretty much undead, right? You're immortal, but you need constantly to fuel yourself with blood. And for that, you need to really suck blood on the victims. If you suck the blood entirely from a human, you can turn him into the kind of your victim, into your servant, which is called siring in this game. And by default you have 1 sired minion, but I level up my sire tree, my bite skill, which is this, and I have now 4 minions with him. I can summon them all. And the coolest thing about this, you can also assign the commands like a stance and Grim Dawn for them to attack, gather loot, or for example do nothing. So they can actually do a lot of stuff, like walking with me over here. Now they don't walk because there's nothing else to do at this point. This is kind of a hideout in this game, so they don't do anything. But anyway, so the skill system, guys, is this, and skill system is absolutely fantastic feature. It's all kind of weird stuff there, like for example the basics, like the bite, which you can suck blood and turn victims into sire them into your victims, kind of a servants. There's also different variations like this globe, which you use to manipulate different switches and find stuff, fly through different holes, activate puzzles and shit. There's also this thing on the thread, which is infravision, will allow you to see with your vampire vision where enemies are. There's also 4, which is disarming traps, which allow you to disarm traps in the dungeons. The 4th is the bite, which I don't bite because there's no one here. There's also different things like summoning spiders. You can also summon. You see, I have 2 spiders actually, right? Where are they? Where are my fucking spiders? So I already have 2 spiders. Yeah, there are my spiders. I'll summon them already. So I have my spiders. You can turn into the fucking vampire yourself. So that's about it. Many cool skills. And the coolest thing about this system is that you can unlock different skills doing different quests for different vampire clans. So by default in the game you select one vampire clan and you go with it, but you can also make quests and kind of bring clan items to the stashes of the clan owners and gain reputation within different clans, and this allows you to unlock different powerful techniques and skills from the different clans. I haven't unlocked anything yet because I'm very early into the game, and it definitely requires some intense amount of work to get some of these skills. So that's about it. As for the itemization, this is pretty damn cool. I have a lot of stuff over there, different glasses, helms, bracelets, 2 weapons which you can swap as well, shields, 2 rings, and piercing. Have you seen, guys, a lot of games with piercing there, with special things on this? That's insane. You can also get yourself a tattoo in a specific tattoo salon. Another insane feature personally, which I absolutely love. The items are all different, crazy. They all have 3D models on them, so you can get some cool boots, some items. You can also shoot bullets, so yeah, there are guns in this game. You can swing swords, you can cast magic spells. It doesn't really matter. You can do anything in this game. There's also identifying scrolls like in the old school Diablo 1. and Diablo 2. So yeah, you need to identify shit in this game as well. The different flasks, there's alchemy, you can craft shit. The crafting is pretty damn strong. Crafting also allows you to fix broken items, because items has durability in this game, like the old school Diablo 1, Diablo 2 guys. So the game is like full of fantastic content. In my opinion, it's well worth checking. Absolutely adorable game. One more thing on top is the talent skill tree, and talents you unlock if you have high intelligence. If you level up, you have a chance to get the talent. This system, in my opinion, is a bit flawed, because it's relies entirely on the RNG, and if you are not investing in the challenges, you just do not unlock any fucking talents at all. I only unlocked 6 so far, and I'm level 15. It seems very unfair. I would completely revamp this system, in my opinion, but it's up to the devs to decide. So yeah, overall a cool game, a cool system, fantastic shit over there. A lot of things that you can do in this game, and I would like to show you more gameplay as well. So as you can see, I am pretty low on my life at this point, and this is the poor guy. This is get lost in the dungeon, and this is where I'm started sucking blood. And I see my thirst actually kind of gets better and better and regenerate life, and they will start naturally regenerating. If you suck too much, you can actually kind of lose the victim and lose a lot of experience points. But at the same time, if you have enough slots for your minion army, you can suck him entirely and turn him into a servant as well. So very cool system. Another cool system is definitely the puzzle system, where you can find secret switches to unlock secret doors, and as well as lock picking picking different locks and find out cool stuff. So this is one of the secret switches that I personally found in the infravision mode, and this is where I started picking locks. It's also a very cool system which I like reminds you of the Fallout system. Requires a lot of precision. At first when I started playing, I broke all my lock picks and I couldn't really figure out what to do, but after a certain amount of experiments, I started picking them masterly. So yeah, it's a very cool system as well. This is one of the boss fights, and this is a bit of a spoiler for you, but you will get there eventually if you start playing too. This is called the Giggler, and this is the boss of the very first big quest. So yeah, the boss fight is pretty tough. The bosses hit very hard, and yeah, I got killed actually once in one of the other bosses, and yeah, I got smacked pretty hard. So pretty decent amount of content in this game so far. Fantastic storyline, guys. There's so many small things in the game that make it a very big game. It does look like it's a very small indie crappy game, but in reality it's not that. It's like on the contrary, the game is very deep, fantastic systems which I showed you right now, with the skills, with the traps, puzzles, different things that you can do within the game. Dungeon crawling is fantastic. You go into the dungeon, you get completely overwhelmed with stuff. You can spend fucking day in the dungeon just looting, selling to the merchant. There's a wandering merchant in the dungeon where you can sell loot. So overall, really pleased with the game. It's one of the best surprise games for me, honestly, that I've seen for this year. I only kind of depressed that I haven't seen this game before, just because, you know, small indie game by the small indie developers is so hard to notice such a gem inside the giant amount of trash on Steam. You know, some games just have better marketing tools. They just know how to deliver marketing better. But these kind of games, they are not really about the marketing. They are all about the core gameplay. This is true kind of labor of love, in my opinion. A word right there, because the developer has invested a shit ton of time. This is, I think, that's literally like a one-man project, and this is insane what you can do if you really like what you're doing. I can totally applaud the developer for so much effort delivering into one game, and this is not one. There's actually a sequel to the first game, which is Bloodlust Shadow Hunter. The game is fantastic, guys. Can totally recommend to anyone. And this is when I went to the Chinatown. This is like a big city out there as well. So can totally recommend. If you have the time to play this game, definitely check it out, guys. I think you won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching and see you soon.